Welcome everybody to Extreme Power No Handling, and today we're dealing with the 2014 Chevrolet Supersport. Now this has 1060 horsepower, 889 pounds-feet of torque from a 7-litre twin turbocharged V8 engine, and the car itself weighs 4,026 pounds. It's rear wheel drive, it can do 0 to 60 in 3.864 seconds, 0 to 100 in 6.920 seconds, and going to a top speed of 244 miles an hour. So yeah, I thought I'd give the all-wheel drive vehicles a rest for a couple of episodes and see what somewhat good handling rear-wheel drive modern cars can do. And yeah, this is easily one of my favourite saloon cars post-2010, especially ones from America. And yeah, it's got plenty of power, decent acceleration, and a decent amount of torque. Obviously it weighs quite a fair bit, especially for a rear-wheel drive car, but you know, maybe that weight will make the power a bit more manageable, as it won't be as quick as if it was a lighter car. And yeah, in general, even stock, this car is a pretty damn good handling car, especially in terms of braking as well. So yeah, I'm hoping it will do well, because like I said, it is one of my favourites. And yeah, Chevrolet haven't done particularly well on this series. I don't even think we have taken any Chevrolets on this series before. Yeah, the Colorado Z02 and the Fleetland Special didn't do very well at all. They didn't even get to the top 30. So yeah, hopefully this Supersport can buck that trend. So yeah, let's get out there and see what it can do. Now obviously rear wheel drive is a little bit of a disadvantage over all wheel drive vehicles on this series, because obviously it's got to deal with all that extra power. It's got more than twice the power it had originally, while also dealing with the wet and the puddles, which at the best of times would challenge a rear wheel drive car that's quite powerful. Never mind one with more than 1,000 horsepower. So yeah, gonna have to be on the ball, because I anticipate quite a lot of oversteer at times. But at least we shouldn't struggle with any understeer. This is the original engine as well in this car. I still think it is. Yeah, it should be. If it was a Hellcat engine, it would have a supercharger. Nonetheless, it does have a little bit of added weight up front. Those 2 turbochargers adding that weight. For the most part, it's just a little bit of oversteer. Decent kind of speed, and the brakes are as good as I thought they would be. It's a decent first lap time, 1 minute 28.683 seconds. There's clear room for improvement. It. Well, there was a little bit of understeer there. I think it was more to do with the angle of attack going into the hammerhead. That's a problem there. Only a slight improvement there at 1 minute 27.990 seconds. hammerhead right though this time around. We should be able to improve by a substantial margin. Certainly not oversteering as much as it could do, but it is obviously there at times. That's a big improvement there, 1 minute 25.899 seconds. Certainly beating previous Chevrolets on the series. Myself a rewind there. Yeah, we've been getting the entry into Hammerhead a little bit on the wrong side. Yet to properly get it perfect. It's a bit better. No improvement, but I think if we get it as right as we did in previous parts, we should be able to improve a little bit more. Well, there we go, 1 minute 25.367 seconds, so not remarkable by any means, but has beaten all-wheel drive vehicles and come very close to the likes of the Fiat 124 Spider or Barth, which was at one point one of our best handling rear-wheel drive vehicles on this series, and it does at least beat the Dodge Durango SRT, Jeep Grand Cherokee Trackhawk, Toyota Hilux, Lincoln Continental, and the likes of the Mercedes-Benz ML63, Jeep Trailcat and Volvo XC90. So yeah, it's beaten several all-wheel drive vehicles, but they are generally the SUV type when it comes to all-wheel drive vehicles. It's certainly not beating the sportier all-wheel drive vehicles, and it's somewhat far behind. It's about more than half a second behind the Cadillac CTS-V Sedan, which is, yeah, the benchmark really for rear-wheel drive saloon cars on this series. As yeah, there is no other rear-wheel drive saloon car that's quicker than that. Obviously there are other rear-wheel drive cars that are quicker than that, but in terms of saloon cars, yeah, that are rear-wheel drive, that is the quickest, and this didn't quite be able to match that. But I think that's generally just because, yeah, it's dealing with a hell of a lot more power than it had originally. That CTS-V Sedan was not, as this that had more power than this even when stock. And yeah, on the follow-through it was a little bit tentative. It was quite hard to get a consistent run through that part of the circuit, as sometimes we would get nearly 90 mile an hour around there, whereas you saw on that last lap we were doing about 78, 80 mile an hour. So yeah, it was just a little bit tricky in areas to get completely perfect or at least consistent. But nonetheless, it's far from the slowest car that we've had on this series, and as far as rear-wheel drive cars go, it's not too bad. I think it's at least, yeah, it's definitely top 10 in terms of rear-wheel drive cars that we've had. I'm just looking now to see what other ones are ahead of it, and yeah, it seems like there's only the Renault Sport Clio, BMW M6 Coupe, Renault Alpine, and Cadillac CTS-V Sedan, Kia Stinger GT, and Fiat 124. So yeah, it's definitely top 10, which is not too bad at all, especially for a rear-wheel drive vehicle, and it's, yeah, comfortably in the top 25 overall. So yeah, fairly good, and I would have obviously liked to do a little bit better, being one of my favourite vehicles on this game, but yeah, you can't always have your favourites doing as well as you'd like. Nonetheless, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.